On Sun 969, let's talk about the Finke Desert Race with Anthony Yoffa. How are you today?
Nigel, I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
That's all right. Now, we're talking the Finke Desert Race. It is the 50th anniversary race. It's on between the 5th and 8th of June here in the Alice, of course. They put it on my birthday weekend every year. I love it. Yeah. So what can we expect this year, Anthony?
Well, you can expect probably the biggest event that we have ever had in the event's 50-year history. We've increased competitor numbers both in the bike field, up to 750, and in the car field, up to 200, which will bring over 1,000 competitors into Alice and probably 10,000 crew and spectators into town. Your weekend is going to be one big party.
Well, that sounds good to me. I like a big party, especially on my birthday. I know that I had a big milestone birthday. I won't go into that one, but a couple of years ago, and I had to walk down the mall. It was a Thursday night. I had to walk down the mall. There was cars and trucks and all sorts of things, bikes jumping over things, and it was fantastic. It was like they put it all on for me.
At least you had your clothes on. Yeah, that's the street party.
No birthday suit that day, that's for sure.
This year we will have the street party once again, thanks to the Alice Springs Town Council, on the Thursday evening, the 4th of June, which will coincide with the night market. So that will be a great event. Preceding that, on the Wednesday night, we will have a Legends Dinner, which will sort of pay tribute to both the original riders from 1976, but also to former winners, both in the cars and bikes. And then there's the weekend format that we usually do. Friday, scrutineering, Saturday, prologue, Sunday, race day 1, Monday, race day 2.
It's just a big event. I can't believe you're putting that many cars into it and bikes. I almost fell off my seat when you said, what was it, over 700 bikes?
750. We currently have 884 hopefuls. We've got a wait list of 134. Now, some of those will drop off for various different reasons, a change of employment, an injury while practicing. But we expect it will be very close to 750 on the start line. And, of course, those that miss out, we expect a lot of them will come and spectate because they want to be part of the celebration. 200 cars, there are 233 entries. Now, some of those cars won't be ready yet, and some of the drivers or navigators perhaps won't qualify in time to be able to run the event. So we may have slightly fewer than 200, but we've set the limit. You know, the market will decide. With that, we'll also get all the families and all the crews and all the interstate media and grey nomad. The first week in June is going to be huge for Alice Springs.
Look, it's always a big event. It brings the town to life. I love it. There's cars around and people moving in different directions. It's a bit like Red Set and Nats too later in the year. I mean, we are just an absolute motor town, aren't we?
We are an event town.
Yeah.
And the beauty of events like the one you just mentioned, Red Set and Nats, and some of the smaller events, they all stitch together, and that's what makes the town feel good. And people forget about the social issues. Finke weekend is just a blast. There's very little problems on that weekend. We have thousands of people go out camping down the track. The traders and the accommodation houses have a huge week. It's just a fun time to be in Alice.
Look, it's a tough town in the sense that it's hard to get accommodation at the best of times, and it makes it even tougher. But the fact that a lot of people are camping around this time helps relieve the stress a little bit. People come into stores and buy things and buy food and supplies. The retailers have a real boon around this time. People just go into places like Kmart and buy stuff, and there's just so much going on, and it's an absolute festival. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
The traders say to us, particularly the camping stores, say that it is their Christmas. They have Christmas in June. It is the biggest time of the year in terms of trade. And this is really a once-in-a-generation event coming up in June this year.
Yeah.
With so many people coming to town, the very best in off-road riders and drivers, with announcements that we will bring forward about next year's event. We'll announce them at this year's event. It really is the place to be this year, is at the start line in Alice Springs on Finke weekend.
I can see here from your website you're looking for volunteers at the moment. You've also got your entry for your bikes and your cars there. I don't know if it's too late to enter a car. And obviously you can't just put any old car in it. You know, you need to meet all the strict criteria because safety is everything. You know, there's been some moments of tragedy over the years. From that we learn. We always learn from these things. And car racing is not safe necessarily. You know, it's got to be as safe as possible, but there are risks with everything we do. We take a risk when we walk across the road, don't we?
Absolutely. And look, spectator safety is a key focus for us. We're right. There have been competitor tragedies and one spectator one. We will have a very broad spectator management strategy this year to handle the extra people that will come, so including both aerial support, police support, spectator safety marshals. There'll be lots of instructions for people, but if people go out to enjoy themselves and abide by the instructions that they're given, they'll have a great time and they'll go home with some wonderful memories.
That's what it's all about. Just be sensible and be safe. Volunteer. If you're interested in volunteering, find out more on the website too, finkdesertrace.com.au. That's the place to go. Anything else you want to tell us about today that we can be excited about? Give us a little bit of something.
Just quickly, some of the original 1976 bike riders, of which there were 60, are going to be back in town for the event this year. I've managed to track down 30, and we have a mailing list going. So we're going to see some of the original riders and some of the original bikes are going to come back to town.
Oh, that sounds nice. Vintage bikes. I like the sound of that.
Unfortunately, they won't be racing, but
No.
It'll add to the whole fabric of the event. It's going to be a great time, and we hope people thoroughly enjoy it.
Well, if you were riding a bike 50 years ago and you were just, for argument's sake, say you're in your 20s, so you'd be in your 70s now, but you could still ride a bike, just probably not in the race. You might be able to ride it, maybe do a little parade or something.
Our inaugural winner was Jeff Curtis, who still lives in Alice Springs, and he still has his original bike. And he raced the 30th event. He won't be racing this year. I think that's a smart idea.
Definitely a smart idea. Can he still ride his bike, though, down the road?
Oh, absolutely he can. Right. He's a bit of a devil on a mountain bike now. But he, along with a whole lot of other legends, will be part of this year's event. So if people want more information, as you said, jump on the website, finkdesertrace.com.au, and there's a host of information, including for spectators and camping.
I can see tickets are available through the website too, and we need volunteers. Always, without the volunteers, these events don't happen, so get behind it. Andy, thank you so much for your time today.
Good on you, Nigel. Appreciate the time you've given me.
Thanks so much. Anthony Yoffa from the Finke Desert Race on Sun 969.